Okay, folks, this one would have been potentially, I think it was already washed and it was just dumped on the side of the road, but you just don't know with this kind of apparel what you're going to get. And I ended up washing it just in case, because, oh, fuck, just don't know. Let's see how we go. Could have had COVID on it, so I had to fucking wash it and disinfect it. Pretty gross. This is what you get when you can't go to op shops because you're not rich enough to afford it. So basically, yeah, it's really, you've got to take drastic measures and try to use what you can get off. And if it's off the street as an artist, well, so be it. It's off the street as an artist. You know, you fucking have no choices in life and you have to fucking just take what you get. Because you're not rich, you're not famous, you're not fucking up in the higher echelons of the art world. You're not on, your foot isn't even on the first rung of the ladder to success, and you're trying to get on the 6 o'clock news and they just keep pissanting you in favour of the rich artists and the rich people and the fucking elite. Fuck the elite! Sorry, the Channel 9 have got to fucking stop putting their noses up the arses of the rich and famous and successful and show some clemency for someone like myself who happens to be disabled and lowly and doesn't have all that money, and they fucking put all this shit. This is what we're photocopying, folks, a fucking COVID mask. Get it? Fucking dirty, filthy, potentially. But what can I do, folks? Actually, I think this side looks better than this side. I don't know which side I want to photocopy, folks. But basically, I'm sick to hell of this shit that they put on the 6 o'clock news where they like to showcase the rich people and the famous people and the people who are supposedly making a difference, but they're not helping a person like myself get into that part of society. I really want to get off Centrelink. I'm disabled. I had a quarter on my neck. I came out breech. And basically I haven't had brain damage and I can't study or learn or do a normal job. And I'm working I'm earning money I'm getting money off the Centrelink for my disabilities. And basically, even though I'm glad to have help from Centrelink, I do appreciate what they do. I don't want to be on Centrelink for the rest of my life. I don't want to be defined by what I can't do. I want to be defined by what I fucking can do as an artist. As an artist, folks, not a fucking person who has to rely on bloody benefits. And there's, however much I appreciate it, you don't get much money being on Centrelink. I mean, that's understandable. But basically, I really need to make money doing what I'm passionate about, and this is it. And I need to get in touch with a lost partner, and I'm really lonely. And the loneliness kills like smoking 15 cigarettes a day. I feel like it's like I'm smoking cigarettes because I'm lonely, and I read somewhere that it's like smoking the equivalent of 15 cigarettes a day. So it's not a glamorous way of living, being disabled and having to make ends meet. And I'm rationing my showers. I'm taking one shower a week, and I'm washing my hair once every 2 weeks. So you can imagine I'm not doing very well financially. And these bitches of rich people get the fucking glory, and they've got more than enough money to air condition their home probably 1,000,000 times over. Incidentally, I'm also rationing the use of lighting. So I'm using my torches, pre-existing torches and camp light to illuminate my unit. And it's really annoying that. And basically, now that looks really nice. I do think maybe we could reduce the vertical, but basically I can't afford all these everyday things. The cost of living is going up. How much more can I fucking ration? I'm trying to keep a hungry little fan heater running because I need to keep warm. I get really fucking cold. I used to go without heating, but it was horrible. So, I'm trying my best as an artist, as a person living with disability. So I had a cord on my neck and I came out breech, and it prevents me from working, and it really hurts that I can't just be like a normal person and just do training and education and that. I'd love to learn, but I can't. So I have to fucking try to focus on what I can do, and I'm running out of space in this unit to keep my materials as well. And I am on social housing as well, incidentally. So I really want to get off the taxpayer's purse as well. I don't want to be reliant on the taxpayer and feel like a burden. And I need to get that fucking income flowing through this instead of it costing me. This photocopier, once it runs out of service agreement, I won't be able to afford to buy a new one anymore. I had to take out a bank loan just over 5 years ago before the cost of living started to pinch. And basically now it's getting that way. It's just so expensive. Everything's so costly. And I'm not one of the lucky ones who can fucking afford to keep pace. I'm too smart to be down on the ground and doing nothing useful. I'm smart. I do believe I also have high functioning autism as well. And I can't afford to get that diagnosed. I haven't been diagnosed with the intellectual disability or the high functioning autism. So you can imagine, I had a lot of problems at school. I got teased, I got bullied, I got treated like a troublemaker sometimes by the teachers because I couldn't learn, and I wasn't given a diagnosis from my special school that I had an intellectual problem. No one could put the puzzle together. I don't regard the high-functioning autism as a problem. I see it as an advantage, but I need the diagnosis. But there is one disability that I have a diagnosis for, and it's a major one as well. Thank goodness I've been diagnosed with it, folks, even though it carries with it a certain stigma, and I can't tell you what this disability is because of the stigma. I don't want to feel like I'm being pigeonholed by it, but it got me my Centrelink benefit. And fortunately, it got diagnosed. Fortunately, I got a diagnosis. Otherwise, I'd be on the street begging. Begging on the street, folks, because of my undiagnosed disabilities. So fortunately, it didn't come to that. Fortunately, this stigmatic piece has a place that at least it was easy to diagnose, and I didn't have to pay bog loads of money to get it done. So it's a stigma, but at least I get a payment. At least I don't have to live on the street. Fortunately, if it wasn't for Centrelink, I'd be on the fucking street. And if it wasn't for social housing, I'd be on the street. But I still want to fly high, folks. I want to rise above this. I've got so many things I want to do in life, and I want to get in touch with my lost partner, Luigi. I've just gone through menopause, so I've lost the best years of my sexual life. So I'm not going to fucking get in touch with Luigi and have a good sex life. I'm probably going to be dry and crusty and have to use creams and fucking hormone replacement therapy. It's not very romantic sounding, I must say, to me, but that's what I have to do. And that's my piece. I think we can now call this demo quits.